Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me in this pop-up webinar. Let's get started. Today's pop-up webinar is using Google Slides as a material in Google Classroom. Last week, if you came to the pop-in webinar, we used Google Slides as a worksheet and a way for kids to do manipulatives. Today is going to be completely the 180 of being able to manipulate these materials. So why would I want to do this, and what can I use it for? Well, one of the great things is that you don't have to keep posting new tutorials in Google Classroom. You're going to do it right in Google Slides. This will save you tons of time. We all know that time is something we want to gain back, and even though you're sitting at home watching this webinar, you want to have time to do other things. You're able to build units of study. You can include and reuse those in the future. It's a place where you can create your tutorials or step-by-step instructions. You do these running updates, as I mentioned just a second ago, not in Google Classroom. You change the slides and it changes automatically for the students. It's a great way to use then blended learning or flipped classrooms. It's the asynchronous type of learning. You start building these units now, you can use them next year and in the future. It's also a place where you can share examples on things that students might have had some troubles with. If you want to add videos, you can just add the videos to this existing slide deck, rearrange the slides, put the new ones at the top. Choice is yours, but it's a way to not have to go through Google Classroom and keep reposting. Now, it's important to remember that when you use slides, they are only materials. That means they're view only for the student. They can't manipulate them. So if you're thinking that they should interact with the slides, they need to add in their own answers, their own pictures, their own videos, this is not the tool for that. You can do that by assigning them their own copies in Google Classroom, not as a material, but in an assignment. So these slides, again, will not work as a manipulative. So here's an example of one of the things that I have sort of put together to help us. So let's say I start creating some slides. Maybe it's math module 5, it could be language arts, you name it. And you put some things in there to help the kids. Here's the lesson on fractions on a number line. You might give them another example. You might include a link that goes out to another video for help. By the way, I took both of these last two videos from Khan Academy. And once you have put these slides into the deck and you come over to Google Classroom, so let's come over to Classroom. Once you're in your classroom, and you come up here and you create, in this case, a material and give it a title, and you add the slides that you want to use. Notice there's no place to give them their own copy. It's because it is a material, and then you post it for the students. So the material is posted. Now I've already done this, so I want you to see that I've posted this in one of our students' Google Classroom. I'm in that student's classroom now. Here's the material, and let's open up the material. You'll see it looks exactly like the one I was just showing you. Here's module 5. You can even see that I'm on this one. But what if I make changes to my slideshow? Here's what I want you to see. So I'm going to leave these both side by side, and let's add in some new slides. So I'm going to come over here and pick a slide. So I'm going to come over here, pick a slide, and add it in. And I want you to notice that it adds it in automatically. Are you watching over here? If I create another slide, it will add it in automatically. So whatever I do on my slide as a material, it mirrors over what the students see. That is the beauty of this. You can keep running a whole unit of study. Let's say you want to do language arts and you have a whole thing on conflict. So you've created all your slides. It's time to put them in. You'll see it pastes in mine, and it pastes in Rin Tin Tins as well. So That is the beauty of this whole thing, is that you can keep changing the slides to provide the materials for the students. One last thing that I'd like to do, and there was a slide on there that said, let's talk at the very end, but let's talk. I'm in the fake student's account right now in his Google Classroom, and you'll see that it says it's view only in the upper left. But if he wants to make a copy of this, you notice he cannot do it because it's what? It's grayed out. He is unable to do that because I have set some sharing properties on mine. So when I come over here to my share button and click on advanced, you will see that I have disabled down here at the bottom the ability for him to copy it. If you want to protect that and don't want them to have copies of the work that you've created and share it with anybody else, you need to click those boxes. I'll show you how that changes fairly quickly for the student. I'll just refresh his page. And I come here and you'll notice that it's not grayed out anymore. He can make a copy of this entire presentation and it becomes his presentation. So you need to decide whether or not you care about that. And if you do, you need to set those shares settings deeper by clicking on that advanced button and save those so that he or she can no longer make a copy. Let's refresh and take a look. You'll notice it's grayed out again. Give that a try. See how you use your materials. Have a great day, great evening. Looking forward to seeing you guys again soon.